Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Can any of you guys manage the participants, or do I have to?
I think you have to.
Okay, I'm gonna hit admit all, and I am going to just jump right in, share my screen, and I wonder if I can take that off now that I started. We'll figure it out. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
All right, we are getting ready to get started. I'm gonna play this.
And if you choose it, you get to decide right now who you want to be. You get to choose in this moment how you want to show up in the world. Believe that you're worth it. Believe that you can. Believe that you're capable of whatever you set for. Ask yourself, how does the best version of me live out this day? Waking up an hour earlier. Stay hydrated. If you are not taking care of your water, there is a 9% chance that you're going to become the version of yourself you want to be. Working out, dressing, others, looking for what throughout the day, to bring the best version of yourself. You are creating your reality right now. You are the only person who is in charge of what happens next. You've got to stop procrastinating. You've got to embrace right now, and you've got to fire yourself up to propel yourself to the future. You need to own what you do. You need to own what you do. See yourself in detail. And map out the day. If you cannot be the person that is right now, in this second, right now, you can't make the decision right now, in this moment, don't have a why that's strong enough. Don't have a why that's strong enough right now. You won't have a why that's strong enough on Monday. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. Don't leave today's version of you to a random chance. Choose who you want to be. Choose how you want to be. Then live today accordingly.
All right. Thank you guys for hopping in, and welcome to our Succeed Together open house. I am Amanda. I am your MC and host of this awesome virtual event. I'm so excited to see all these amazing and beautiful faces on here. Some faces I know because you are my coaches and my challengers, and some faces I am just seeing for the first time, and I have to tell you that it is so exciting to see new faces pop into these meetings. It's incredibly just humbling that you trust Lauren and Aaron and I and your coach who invited you, that you trust us enough to provide you this awesome information. So what is this Succeed Together open house about? This is all about community. We are here to share what coaching is for us, to share the mission of Beachbody, and share successes that so many coaches have had, so that you get to see the behind the scenes look of what exactly that we do, because we have a lot of people who ask lots of questions, and this is the perfect place to do it. So what is Beachbody's mission? If you are on this call, then more than likely you have heard of Beachbody products. You've been invited to a challenge group or to coaching by a coach. But Beachbody is so much more than just health and fitness. Beachbody's mission is to help people live their their healthiest and most fulfilling life, right? This is living your physically feeling your best, mentally feeling your best. And yes, we even have the opportunity to financially become free and feel our best. So just really quick before we move on, has anybody in here helped anyone recently? It doesn't have to be with health and fitness, but maybe you helped a neighbor. Has anybody done that? You'd have to unmute yourself.
Well, I'll jump in here. I am in the car coming back from my work event.
Hey, Lauren.
One of the things we do in my job is we help those in our community that is maybe underprivileged, maybe they struggle with different things, financially, different social determinants that might, prevent them from getting school supplies for kids and things like that. So even though it's my job, one of the best things I love is finding out what the needs are and helping them find that need. So some of the things that we have found is like needing money for school uniforms or things like that. So to me, I love helping people in ways that they don't necessarily know that that they can get help in.
Better? Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can. Where'd you
Is
get
it
that
louder?
fancy thing?
Okay. I have a microphone. I have no idea where I bought this, so we're going to use it and we're going to see how it goes. I feel really official. I like it. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing that. I think it's really important when we start thinking outside of ourselves, right? There's so many people that we see in the community that maybe need our help, and it could be just by offering the mailman a glass of water. We each have opportunities to help people every day in our daily life, and that's basically what we do as Beachbody coaches. So I am going to get us started. I'm going to share my screen again. I am, if you can't hear, I have the volume up as loud as I can, as well as the videos. There may be technical difficulties, but we're going to make it work no matter what. But I'm going to start with our video that's directly from our CEO himself, Carl Daikeler, and he has such an incredible passion for people and for this business, and you'll see it in the way he talks and the way he shares about this. And he's actually speaking from the stage that Aaron and Lauren walked across this past 2 weeks ago. So it's really exciting to see because we were all sitting there watching this happen. So I'm going to start sharing again.
Carl Daikeler, CEO of Beachbody, and I'm standing on the stage of our annual summit where 20,000 team Beachbody coaches will come together from all across the United States, Canada, and the UK to discuss the products, So to kick things off, let me tell you about our approach to getting healthy weight loss and fitness results like this, and this, an approach which has created so many success stories. Not only peace of mind knowing they're getting the nutrition they need without having to cut entire food groups or starve themselves. Coach, you want to be a part of something at all? To a healthier lifestyle for you and your family.
You can hear it?
Or maybe it's to save money on a product. by being a coach and making an extra income, follow one of our
Hey, Amanda, we can't hear it. I apologize. Is there any way maybe you could put your mic next to the speaker of your machine?
We kept getting like little blips of where it would where we could hear, and then it would go away really fast.
All right, let's see if this works.
Amanda, it might help if you unplug your mic from your laptop and then plug it back in when you're ready to talk.
That did not work, correct?
No, but I am loving Carl's face right there. We
Hey,
can,
nobody said, listen, and just as a side note, nobody ever said that anything like this was ever going to be perfect.
No.
So it's like, we just do what we can, how we
Yeah.
can. So
we got the closed captions, so the people who are watching can read it. The people who are just having to listen, like Lauren, who's driving, unfortunately, she can't hear it right now. But
let me try this. I don't know if this is going to work. When I select my microphone, it says the microphone that's built into my actual like computer. When I plug in my microphone, it plugs into my computer into the headset jack. So that's why.
okay.
Let me see. I don't know if this will work.
Sound interesting to earn income by helping other people get healthy.
That works. I can hear it well.
You know, the fitness expert. Or maybe it's to save money on our product by being a coach and making your own extra income. That's putting our people together, all of one of our programs. So you can want to get happy, get strong, and start beating your body the way that you truly have to now. I want you to know I appreciate your support. It's my mission. The whole reason I got this speech is to help our coaches achieve your potential. this business. There's another component which I think makes this a really fun opportunity. The community that gets created and my opportunity to do more than promote it, but also celebrate achievement. At one point, we're thinking about this like you are right now, and it would now go on to so the rest of this is process looks like. So you understand that consistency, and so does financials. Just have the spending money that will give you the opportunity to do the thing that you want to do. That's the bottom that team that feel great while you do it. Well, that's all right on the other side of this decision. And we would love to have you part of this. Know it. So I want you to prove to yourself to achieve your goals and see this opportunity. I'm excited to get you started.
All right, so it looks like it's okay. If you read the closed caption, then that's awesome. So basically, Carl was talking about a few things about the coaching opportunity. He talked about how Beachbody has been around since 2017, and it's been his mission to help you achieve your potential. It's his mission to help us, to help me achieve my potential too. The more people that you help succeed, the more people want to join you, and they start to form a community. And if you've been in any one of our challenge groups, you know the incredible sense of community that we all have together by working together, by being in a group where we can celebrate the smallest wins, and how we can even say, hey, listen, today was a crap day and I need that support. I need that accountability. I can't tell you how many times myself, I have had a crappy day or something's happened, and the only reason I took care of myself that day was because I had my girls in my group that were waiting for me, that were expecting me to check in, that were like, where are you? You are not showing up. And they held me accountable to my own health and fitness goals. And that's important on our journey because, as you know, life happens and we need those people to surround us and to love us. And again, it goes deeper than just our health and fitness. The community that we grow together has been a huge part of my own personal life, going through infertility, struggling with a child in the hospital for 8 months, and then going through my miscarriage. My Beachbody family, my community that I helped build was incredibly important to me, and I'm so blessed and thankful for them. So really quick, as we move on, I want to introduce Sandra. She is one of my coaches, and she is going to come on, and apparently she's going to have to talk really loud. So Sandra, I hope you're ready for this. But Sandra, I'm just going to give a little introduction on who Sandra is. Sandra is one of my personally sponsored coaches. We met probably about 2-3 years ago on social media. And this lady, when you think of consistency and you think of transforming your life, Sandra has done that. And I'm going to let her share her story with you. But I want you to keep in mind, you are never too old or never too far gone to change your life. And Sandra's going to share more about that. Sandra, can you hear me, girl?
I can hear you good. Can you
All right,
hear
let me
me?
unmute you. Hold on. There you go. Try talking now.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. It was unmuted. There you go. Can you guys hear Sandra? Okay. It says she's unmuted.
She's muted. She's still muted.
Okay. Unmute. Okay. Now, Sandra, try.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I gave up. I was upstairs, but my iPad kept dying and Zoom will not come on my computer. So I'm outside. So you can see and hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name's Sandra. I live in Richmond, Virginia. I've been here since 1995. I just had my birthday yesterday. I turned 67, believe it or not. And I've been married 44 years. I have 2 grown children and 5 grandchildren, and number 6 is due in 3 weeks. I'm from Maryland originally, graduated from the University of Maryland, joined the Army as a 2nd lieutenant in military intelligence, met my husband at Fort Huachuca, Arizona. We were both intelligence officers, and I was 22 when I got married, almost 23, and from about a year after we got married, we started to try to get pregnant. And we've tried probably until I was in my 40s. While we were in the Army, we went through all the infertility tests that we could possibly do at the time back then, and they found no reason why we couldn't get pregnant. They said there's, a certain percentage of the population that just can't, and I guess that was us. So that was kind of heartbreaking for us. So we tried to get pregnant for about 2 or 3 years, and then we did all the testing for a number of years. And then that was all while we were still in the Army. We were in the Army for 8 years, and then we decided after we went through the testing, my husband got kind of frustrated with it all. We started talking adoption, and then he was not for it. So I had to actually stop talking about it for about a year or 2 until he was ready. And then when I brought it up again, at that point, he was ready. And at that point, we had gotten out of the Army. My husband had joined the FBI. We were in Florida at the time where we weren't talking about it. And when we got to New Jersey is when we brought it up again. And I wrote letters to every single adoption agency in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. And back then, the waiting time for an infant, which is birth to age 5, was 10 years. So by then, this was 1980, I guess. So I was, in my early 30s by that time. And I decided to write to my aunt. At the job I was in, I worked for an international engineering consulting firm, and we had dealings in South America. And one of our vice presidents knew we were trying to adopt and said he would help us try to adopt from Bolivia. Bottom line is they found a child in Bolivia 2 weeks before we were due to get him. It fell through. I don't even remember what happened, but we lost our money and everything. So we started all over again. And this time I had an aunt that lived in Colombia. And I thought, well, let me write to her, because at that time, in the late 70s, early 80s, everyone was adopting from Colombia. And I wrote to my aunt and said, we're trying to adopt, do you know anything about it? Can you help us? And she goes, as a matter of fact, my close friend is the director of one of the orphanages here, which is the #1 orphanage that people are adopting from. So we sent all our paperwork there, and we're waiting. After we had had our 2 weeks after we had our home study done, the social worker called and said, we have a little boy available in Guatemala. Are you interested? So we switched gears and said yes, and you've never seen us move so fast, getting all the paperwork to all the agencies and notarized and whatever. And I remember I had to drive into New York City in the rain. I'd never driven into New York before to deliver all the adoption paperwork. And we knew nothing. They sent it all to the attorney in Guatemala. We knew nothing except that the child was approximately 18 months old. So we were doing this on faith. And while we were waiting to get more details on him, I had a dream about him that his name was Ricky, and I pictured him in my dream. And it was within a month, the social worker that had been dealing with the attorney there called up and said, we got the paperwork on him. And the first thing I asked was, what's his name? And when she goes, Ricardo, I started getting goosebumps, like, oh my God, this is meant to be. You know, I dreamed about him, I saw him, his name was Ricky, and it turns out his name was Ricardo. So it must have been meant to be, because from that point on, everything, within 2 months, everything was finalized. We went to Guatemala, we went to get him. He was 21 months old when we got him, and we were worried because he had been, his birth mother, I think it was paternal grandmother had raised him the first year, then she died. And then his mother took him for 2 weeks. And then the person she was working for, she had no way to take care of him while she was working. So she decided to give him up for adoption, and he went into foster care. So when we got him at 23 months, his first language had been an Indian dialect, and then it was Spanish, and then he came to us with English. So he knew, you know, didn't speak or anything, but he walked into the hotel where we met him and came up to us and went, Mama and Papa, and came to us right away. So we had zero adjustment problems. So another sign that this was meant to be. So fast forward, we brought him home to New Jersey, and at the attorney, we said, we're going to want to adopt again a girl within a few years. So she goes, just let me know when. So within 2 years, we contacted the attorney, and she goes, I have 8 women pregnant, and the first girl born is yours. And the first 7 were boys. And I said, oh no, we're not going to get a girl. So I, started praying, and I said, I want a girl. And my mother's birthday was June 11th. My mother had died in 1982. I said, wouldn't it be so cool if we got a girl and she was born on my mother's birthday? Well, we got a girl, and she was born on June 11th, the day after my mother's birthday. So another sign that it was meant to be. So that's how we ended up getting our 2 kids. They are now, my son is 35 and has 4 children, ages 4 to 10. And my daughter has a 13-month-old, and she's going to have another baby in 3 weeks. So
Sandra, how did you get started with Beachbody?
I got started, from the time we adopted our son until, for 23 years, I did nothing physical. I got out of the Army. I stopped doing everything. I don't know why I stopped doing any exercise. I got breast cancer in 2005. So that was a wake-up call. 2 years later, I had 3 doctors within 2 weeks say, you need to have gastric bypass surgery, because I had gained a lot of weight. I was up to like 280 some pounds. So another thing that was meant to be, my insurance approved it immediately. I had the gastric bypass surgery. I lost 120 pounds. I became a gym rat. I became a triathlete. I was running half marathons. And that was the first time in my life I was enjoying doing physical fitness. My last race and my last bike ride was in December 2011. My father went into hospice care at the end of December and died in January. And again, I stopped doing all exercise, not really realizing, thinking I was just taking a little break. And when I, quote, woke up, it was 4 years later. And I saw one of my son's college friends doing these online videos. I was friends with her online, and she was drinking the shake. And I started, watching her and, what are you doing? And she was telling me about the programs. At that time, it was still videos. It was 2016. They didn't have BOD. Now, I don't know if I can do that. And she goes, well, my mom does it. You can do it. There's some easy programs. So when I found out that as a military veteran, there was no coaching fee involved, I said, okay. And there's 100% guarantee return on the products, it was win-win. So I decided I would try, I think 21 Day Fix or Size. One of those was my first program. And I fell in love with it. I didn't have to get up and go to the gym and cart all my stuff with me and go to work. I was able to, do it right here at home and have my bathroom and take my shower afterwards. And then she became my coach, and then she stopped coaching. And that's when I said, okay, I want to continue this, because for 3 years, you know, even though she stopped, I never stopped doing my workouts. I never stopped drinking my shake. And I wanted to stay within Team Inspiration. So that's when I found you, and I started following you and some other coaches and Micah. And that's how I got into coaching, and it turns out that I loved it. It's turned out to be the passion in my life. I'm 18 months from retirement, and although I have a good job and I guess I like it, I don't really like it that much anymore, and I like it when I'm busy. And I realized today the only reason I like it when I'm busy is because it keeps me from thinking about the Beachbody that I want to do full time instead of that work. So I have to stay busy, because otherwise, you know, that's all I think about all day long. I mean, the community has been the biggest thing for me. I like friends, and I've met people, you know, all over the world and all over the United States. And I just love, you know, the connections that I've been making. And let me see, I have a few notes here. The personal development that we do as part of our Vital Behaviors has made a huge difference. I wish I discovered this years ago when, you know, I was younger and in my 40s, the stuff that I've learned. And my spiritual growth has really grown just in the last year as part of this community, which I don't know how to explain it, but it has. I'm in the best shape that I ever have. I was just talking to people at work today. When I was in the Army in my 20s and we had to run and we had to do stuff, I'm in better shape now in my mid-60s to late 60s than I was in my 20s in the Army, which is hard to believe. And I have people coming up to me all the time, man, you look great, you look so good, you know. So that's good to hear, because for the first time in my life, I actually feel confident and I feel good about myself. And I know it's because of this business, you know, the staying in shape and trying to help other people. Because after what I went through with my gastric bypass and my obesity, I'm trying to avoid other people going through the same thing.
I love that. Let me make sure I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? And I turned up my microphone on the computer, so I hope it helps. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to get really close, but that's Sandra. That's one heck of a transformation. And she's incredible. And she went to her first summit this past a couple weeks ago and got to like really experience the entire like 20,000 people that showed up. And will you just share a little bit about what changed for you at Summit, Sandra?
The people that I met, the very first thing was the very first day when I went to registration, this woman came up running to me. I didn't know who she was. Turns out she'd been following me on social media. She lives in Florida. She goes, oh my God, Sandra, it's you. And I guess the look in my eyes probably was like deer in headlights. Like, who were you? She goes, we're friends on social media. I follow you and I tell my mom all the time about you. And I'm so excited to meet you. So that's what, like, oh my gosh, you know, I am making an impact, you know, on other people. And what I found out, you know, I read not too long ago that the average age for a woman to live in the United States is age 82, and I'm 67. So I'm thinking, oh crap, I only have, you know, I hope I live longer, but 15 years left. So part of my mission is to try to live, you know, make the rest of my life the best of my life. And it's just impossible to believe how I feel in my late 60s. At this point in my life, I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. And just the people that I met at Summit is like incredible. You know, I feel like they're friends forever, and I can't wait till next year, you know, and see them all again. And yesterday on Facebook, and they're still coming in today, I had 280 birthday wishes just on my page. And that's not other people within groups that have been responding and stuff. So it's like, oh my gosh, all these people are seeing me, you know?
I love that, how excited you were too at Summit when you said somebody recognized me. And it's almost like, I don't want to say it's almost like you're famous, but you really are famous. And I think that's what the beautiful thing is about coaching. And thank you, Sandra, for being just so vulnerable with your story. We appreciate it so much. It's not easy getting up and sharing your life with everyone, and we appreciate you. But really it is that you know, thousands of people reach their health and fitness goals every year because of women like Sandra, you know, women like Denise, women like Erin, like Lauren, like me, you know, and for you too, when you go out there and you change your life and you go into it with just the intention of, I want to be better, then you have the opportunity to be that famous, recognized person that is at Summit, which is so cool. I love it. So just know that it is completely possible to reach your goals. And, you know, these success stories, these aren't just for Sandra or Desiree or Kaylani or Nancy or Haley. These are for everyone. These success stories are for you too. And we're going to be shouting you out and seeing you on stage and recognized. And, you know, we tell Desiree all the time, she's going to win that $100,000 next year for her best transformation. And we're just cheering her on. So I am going to play, and let me know how it works. I'm going to play the second segment of this. As we lead into success stories, we do a Beachbody Challenge every year, and the Beachbody Challenge is something that is for our coaches and for our customers, our clients, where we get a chance to really shout them out for amazing and inspiring transformation. So let me see. I'm hoping the microphone works better now. And we are going to see if this works. And if not, then I'll just tell you about it.
I weighed 237 pounds. For 8 years, I suffered with health issues, which caused me to gain 115 pounds. I was addicted to fast food, and sweets became my comfort. I was so depressed at the weight and how unhealthy I had become. There were so many times I had to sit and watch my kids as they would play at the playground or on amusement park rides. I wasn't able to sit in the ride. I felt like a terrible mother in bed. I really stopped living. That's when my friend told me about Beachbody and the success she had had. I was inspired to lose weight to be present with my family. I started out with the 21-day fix workout. Adam is my favorite trainer. Don't cheat. The only person who's cheating is yourself. Make the most of this 30 minutes right here. Being 247 pounds, I was horrified to have to go to the gym. I love being able to do my workouts with friends and family. With Beachbody on Demand, I can pick any Beachbody workout program, and it's all in one spot. The portion choice and efficiency was key for me. It taught me what kind of foods I should be eating and at what portion. Shakeology played a huge role in my transformation. It curbed my cravings and provided me energy throughout the day. My coach Taylor and I have been friends for years. He turned me all along my journey. He has seen excellence in myself, and I've had growth. In less than a year with Beachbody program, I lost 117 pounds, and I kept it off. I've gone from a size 22 to a size 2. I find the middle flat tummy. I'm confident, I feel good, and I'm strong. I am not able to do things with my friends because 30 to 4 are best friends and back. Beachbody program changed my life. My kids have the mother they deserve. I'm so happy with that.
I started my fitness journey. I went 370 pounds. This is the council piece of it. And this is exactly what I want to start. I was fat, I was sick, I was depressed, and I was just ready to die. And I made a positive energy to start. I made a positive and I was going to get better and better. And I was going to decide my life and things like that. And that's the process. I have to choose to live for better. The program about Beachbody and the Beachbody programs and also to different coaching on Skill, Facebook and Instagram. I got started by using Corona Force My coach is Scotty Fox, who just wouldn't let me fail. The challenge groups were the absolute best of everything. In front of the family, there was fifth grade everybody and everything that I tried. What I love about Beachbody on Demand is that I can really just take it anywhere, whether I'm at work, whether I'm in the house, there's really no excuse. Psychology is absolutely vital to my transformation of my ongoing journey in health and wellness. I drink it every day. Thanks to Beachbody, my quality of life has changed. In a year and a half, I have lost 168 pounds. And I'm taking off. Woohoo! The difference between how I felt then and how I feel now is that I have a life. If I didn't have those beautiful fulfills, I wouldn't go back and go to Beachbody. I would realize that everything I can now focus on a body and a healthy life with my own body.
Oh my goodness. We heard those at Summit, and those were just incredibly powerful stories. And again, these are just average, everyday people. These aren't people who were picked and chosen. These were people who said, I need to do something in my life to make a change. And then as they made that change, they plugged into the community, they plugged into the groups, and they made the decision to change their lives. And you can see, and I think they both won $100,000. So, I mean, that's huge. So has anyone on here ever submitted their results to the Beachbody Challenge after a program? We got a few people. So Lauren said, oh, Lauren's home. Yeah, so after you finish a program, submit your results to the beachbodychallenge.com and you get a t-shirt. They used to do it for each program. You would get like a tank top for each program, but then they just started to do a yearly prize, which is a really cool t-shirt. I mean, who doesn't like free swag anyway? And you can earn cash prizes every month. They do stuff every quarter, and then they choose 8 people every quarter as semifinalists. And then they have a big vote before Summit for the finalists who get chosen to walk on stage at Summit and get their story shared, and just recognized for their incredible, incredible transformations. So speaking of transformations, this is an opportunity for me to introduce you to my beautiful friend, Erin, who is wearing a lovely sling, as you may see. She just is recovering from some shoulder surgery. But let me just intro her to you real quick. Erin and I have known each other, I've been coaching for 4 years. We've known each other for probably about 3 out of those 4. We are sideline teams, which means our coach, we shared the same upline coach. And so Erin and Lauren and I work very closely together as a success pod. And we do a lot of things together. We grow together, we challenge each other, we hold each other accountable for our business goals, which is very important, as well as our health and fitness goals. And I have to say that Erin and Lauren have seriously been sisters of mine as I've been going through this, just all the craziness in my life, and I'm so incredibly thankful for the 2 of them. But Erin is a 2-star diamond coach. She is a mother of 4. She has her own incredible transformation, but she's going to jump on and she is going to share just how coaching changed her life in general. So I'm going to mute and I'm going to unmute Erin.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, let me kind of just thank you, Amanda. Amanda and Lauren are my girls. They are so amazing, and I am so grateful to have gotten to know them through coaching. That is how all the people I've met through coaching are. I am so grateful for these new friendships and relationships, and that's my favorite part of coaching is the community. But let me just tell you a little bit about how I got here. I struggled a lot with pregnancies. My second pregnancy, I got thyroid cancer. I found out the same day I found out I was pregnant. I ended up having 2 surgeries the beginning of that pregnancy, which really was rough. And then without a thyroid, I gained 50 pounds that pregnancy without eating anything. I threw up everything 15 to 20 times a day, every single day, that whole pregnancy. My third pregnancy was just as bad. I gained 60 pounds that one, and I was on IV fluids the whole time with that one also. My fourth pregnancy, I gained 70 pounds, and that one I actually had a feeding tube because I lost 20 pounds in the beginning, and then I put on 70 more pounds. So I was at my heaviest, and I was so frustrated, and I just felt like it wasn't fair because I had puked my guts out. I could not keep anything down, and I put on 70 pounds. Then while I was nursing, I put on another 15 pounds. And I never lose weight while I'm nursing. I usually stay the same, and then I drop after. But I gained weight. I was so frustrated. At 2 months old, my fourth baby was, I had never slept in a bed since he was born because I'm a nurse. I knew that he was having breathing problems, but nobody would listen to me. I knew that he could not breathe appropriately, but I couldn't get anybody to listen. So I slept in the recliner with him on my chest, so he was upright, and I knew he had sleep apnea. At 2 months old, somebody finally listened to me because he was failure to thrive. They diagnosed him with sleep apnea, and he also had a swallowing problem. He could not swallow liquids, so he was aspirating all the liquids from breast milk. So he could not drink breast milk anymore. We had to thicken everything. He had to have a special bottle, a special hold. Everything was done differently. At that point, I was like at my wit's end. I had not slept in 2 months. I was at by far my heaviest weight, and I just felt cheated. Like, how is this my life right now? And how is this, like, how am I living like this? When did I get to this point? And I wanted to enjoy motherhood. At that point, I wasn't. I was a zombie every single day of my life. I could not pay attention to my kids because I had no energy. I was trying so hard to keep this little baby alive at the expense of my others who were not getting my attention ever. And I just felt like crap. So I was very frustrated. One night I was out watching TV with my baby on my chest, and I saw an infomercial for 21 Day Fix. I decided to buy it, but I didn't buy it from Beachbody because they had a subscription thing, and I did not want to be any part of that. So I went on Amazon and bought it from Amazon. I had used Shakeology during my pregnancy. That's actually how I got my feeding tube out. My friend gave me a bag, which that's expensive, but she knew how badly I needed it, so she gave me a bag. I believed in Shakeology, but I'm a cheapskate. I paid for it during pregnancy because I needed it. So after that, I was like, I can do this without. I made it about 2 months before I decided I needed Shakeology. And so I started buying it again, and I paid full price, and I would just buy it every month. I didn't want to be committed to subscription, but I did 21 Day Fix every single day. I did it in my house in the dark every morning because I didn't want anybody to see me. I had my daughter, who was 3 at the time, take my before picture, and then I sent it to my email, and I deleted it off my phone. I never even looked at it. I didn't want to see it. I was so humiliated. I didn't even let my husband take the picture for me. It's all blurry because a 3-year-old took it. That's like the only before picture I have. I erased every picture that had me in it from the previous 7 years. I have the ones that my family had of me, and that's it. I hated how I looked so much that I deleted any record. And I realized that this was so unfair to my family. This was so unfair to my kids because they're going to have no memory of me being with them when they were little. They don't care what I weigh. They care that I was there, and I wasn't at that time. So doing 21 Day Fix every single day gave me the confidence that I could do something, and I started to get into pictures more. I didn't like how I looked, but I let myself be in them. Through the next 10 months, I lost 70 pounds just doing 21 Day Fix, the meal plans, and Shakeology. So I was 100% a believer in the products. I knew they worked. My friend said, you should not be paying full price for Shakeology. You need to just sign up for the discount. I did at that point sign up for the discount. I had no intention of coaching. I am a total introvert. I wanted to be with my family, in my house, at home. That's it. But we had moved to a new town 2 years before, and I was secluded, like beyond secluded. And then with this special needs baby, I felt so incredibly alone. When I joined coaching, she added me to this team page on Facebook. I got on Facebook about once a month to put pictures of my kids, the end. And one of those times, I got a notification about this team page. And I went in and I started looking through, and I scrolled for about 2 hours just looking at all these happy faces. And I was like, why are these people so freaking happy? Because guess what? I'd lost 70 pounds and I wasn't happy. I was still unhappy with myself. So I looked at some of the things that they recommended, and some of the people were talking about books they had read. So I started reading them. And guess what? All of a sudden I felt better. I felt happier. I had all this energy that didn't come from losing weight. I felt physically better, but I wasn't emotionally any better until I started doing personal development. Before I had even started coaching, I was doing personal development. Then people started coming up to me and asking me what I was doing. I thought it was because of the weight. They weren't asking about the weight. They said, what is this energy? What is this light in your eyes? That's what came to me from this community and what they preach. That's what I love about Beachbody and coaching. You will never be happier than you will at this, the things that they encourage you to do. They encourage you to be your healthiest self physically with the programs and with your nutrition, but they want you to be your healthiest emotionally too. They want you to fuel your body and mind with goodness. They just want you to be your best and happiest self before you are helping other people. They want you to take care of you first. And that's amazing to me. That's a company I can stand behind. As a nurse, I was driving an hour and a half to work, and then I would work 13-hour days and come home. And if I didn't want to drive home, I would stay with my parents for 3 days in a row, and then I would come home. I missed putting my kids to bed every night, and I wanted to homeschool them. I wanted more than anything to homeschool my kids because my son was getting bullied and my daughter was falling way behind. And there was no way I could until coaching. When coaching came into my life, I figured out how much I needed to be able to stay at home and homeschool my kids, and I made it happen. And I was able to stop my nursing job about 7 months ago, and it's been such an incredible blessing to my family. I'm able to stay home with my babies and be the homeschool mom that I wanted to be all along. And I am also the best version of me. I have felt like a victim for a lot of my life. I have had a lot of health problems that I've experienced. This is my 15th surgery, this shoulder surgery. I've had a lot of different things happen, and I always felt cheated, why me? And I don't feel like that at all now. This is the healthiest I have ever felt going into a surgery, and this is by far the hardest surgery I've had. I just feel like, wow, how much better can I get from this? And how much stronger am I going to be after dealing with this? Where before I felt like a victim. The only time I could remember feeling brave and feeling strong was in my pregnancies, because I visualized a healthy, happy baby at the end. And that's how I got through my pregnancies. But that's how I get through every single day now, is because I know that I am becoming my healthiest and happiest self. I want to end this life as my healthiest, happiest self. And that helps me get through every single day. And that's what coaching has brought into my life. My husband has seen the difference. He started attending all the Beachbody events with me, and now he is obsessed. He wants to go to every single event. He is there. He is front and center. He is listening. He is dancing. He is getting in the groove with everybody else. He loves this community because he sees the difference. At my other jobs, there was always drama. There's the drama between the staff. There's just, it's hard. It's hard, and you get sucked in. Even though you try and stay out of it, you get sucked in, and it weighs on you. It really does. My husband saw that too. So when he comes to Beachbody events, he just takes that energy, and it just fuels him, because you see 25,000 people at Summit, and they're all happy. They're all positive, and they're all cheering everybody else on. There is no drama. There is no backbiting. There is no anything but positivity. And that's incredible. That is powerful. It's just incredible the way you can just feel so good in a community. And that's what this is. That's what it's done for me. And that's what I want it to do for everybody else. Because as a nurse, I loved my job. I loved helping people through hard things. And that's what I still get to do as a coach. It's just different hard things. And I had been on the patient side, so I wanted to help people as an empathetic person who knew what they were going through. And that's what I can do as a coach. I've been on that side. I've been at the point I didn't want to be in pictures with my kids. I didn't have the energy to play with them. I've been at the point where I didn't want to let my husband even touch me because I was so embarrassed about my back fat. I've been at that place, and I've been where I'm at now, and it's a lot better on this side, and I don't want anybody else to spend any more time on that side, because once you're on this side, you don't ever want to get back to that before version of you.
Well, dang. Hot dang, girl. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And, you know, Erin said it perfectly when she said, you know, she loved her job. And coaching made her better at her job. Coaching made her look at people in such a different and fresh way with the eyes of, through the eyes of empathy. And that's huge. That's so important because I think a lot of people, and Erin or Lauren's going to talk about this later, I think a lot of people go into this business and they say, well, it's about selling things. And, you know, just like Erin said, this is about you transforming your life. This is about you seeing the need in someone else's life. When someone comes to you as a friend, as a girlfriend and says, man, I'm not in any pictures. I hate how I look. I feel miserable. I don't want my husband to touch me. I feel so unsexy and unloved. That's something that when you have felt that way, you can relate to other people in that way. And then when you're feeling good, you can be like, hey, guess what? I have the solution. This is what's helped me. Do you think it would help you? So thank you. Thank you so much, Erin, for sharing. I love that. And one of the things that we love to do as coaches and as teammates is we love to recognize each other. Recognition is just such a huge part of what we do as coaches. And I want to do a little recognition on this call. So I'm going to go into gallery view so we can all see each other. But I want to do a little bit of recognition, and I want to celebrate all of you today. So give me, by a show of hands, you can do hands, you can do jazz fingers like our friend Josh Coates does. If you have lost 10 pounds with Beachbody programs or products, give me jazz hands, give me hands up, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. Anybody get up to 100 pounds yet? Desiree, 100? No? What's the highest, Desiree? I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. Where'd you go? Hold on.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, but I can't see your face anymore.
Oh, hold on.
There you are. Okay, what's your max?
I started at 422 original. Well, that's the highest my scale would go.
Okay.
Aired out after that.
Okay.
It said it was only rated for 400. I was surprised it went that high. And I'm at 370 now, but I was down to 354. So I had lost just under 80 pounds. So
that is
yeah.
Congratulations.
I gained some of them back, so I'm working on getting to a better place. But yeah, so 80 pounds with 21-day fix and Shift Shop and Shakeology, Recover.
2B Mindset?
Huh?
2B Mindset?
2B Mindset. The containers are my friend also. So yeah, just a little bit of everything. And then this Meltdown program that's coming out, like 10 pounds during Summit. I had 100 morning Meltdown 100. I had 3 workouts of it. I don't know how that happened, but Jericho took over Joel's workout. So I got MM100 on Thursday, MM100 on Friday, and then I got it again on Saturday during the super workout. I was like, I'm done, throw me away.
The super workout, I think, killed everyone. I was averaging like 1,300 calories burned from all the walking. Oh yeah.
But it was great. It felt good.
I believe it. Congrats, girl. Like, that's huge. That's awesome. Thank you, Desiree. Like 80 pounds, that's huge. What about muscle gain? Has anybody seen more muscle gain, more strength? Yeah, and I think a lot of times we just look at the number on the scale. What about just overall feeling good, having more energy, feeling just more confident in your clothes? Where's my people at for that? Absolutely. I love it. Making, like, intentional time for yourself every day. Who's been doing that? Right? Like, that's important. That is so huge. And you should be recognized for that. And you guys should be so incredibly, incredibly proud of yourself. So congrats to you guys. You guys are incredible. You are amazing. And I'm going to show a video on how this works. I'm going to do 2 videos, and then I'm going to have Lauren come in because I think she's finishing up getting ready. And so we'll do 2 quick little videos, and then Lauren's going to come in and she is going to answer some commonly asked questions about coaching and answer some of your questions. Is that cool, Lauren? I'm sure she doesn't mind.
I actually like to start with Shakeology and empower breakfast. Every coach finds a program and supplement routine that works for them.
That's how you become others work, and people will notice. And the last one, you look good.
Shakeology. You. The benefit here is by coaching the people in my and follow up with them. We should all start with a chat. A chat is validating accountability. You gotta let people stay on track because it's a non-efficient environment. People no judging, just positive reinforcement. Stay on track. As a coach, you set up your growth, invite people to join, and then keep them motivated to achieve their goals. That will be called the challenge box. Every product you sell.
Business.
And having a child is the best way to get away. You spend part of each day coaching.
All right, I'm going to stop the share. Can you hear me again? All right, perfect. So basically, that video was just sharing about how all of us got started as coaches. How it works is that we get you plugged into your perfect solution and then get you plugged into a challenge group so that you start seeing your best results right from the get-go. This is about you transforming your life first. We have 4 basic principles that we as coaches follow. The first one is being a product of the product. That means we're getting our workout in. That means we're drinking our Shakeology, or I can't drink it right now because I'm going to go to bed later, but Energize. If you need that little boost of energy, you're using the products in your everyday life. It's not being markety. It's not being salesy. It's not being spammy, because you're legitimately using these products and getting incredible results. As you're sharing your results, as you are sharing with what you're doing and your excitement and passion for how good you're feeling, and how you're plugging into your challenge group with all these other incredible people, seeing them get results, you're getting results, everybody's crushing it, then that's when people are like, hey, what are you doing? And I want some of that. And that's when you have the opportunity as a coach to help them get plugged in and started on their journey too. Same way that you did, with the same tools, the same things that have helped thousands of people get their healthiest and most fulfilling lives and get their best results. So that's basically how it goes. You get a commission on everything that people buy from your website, and as you grow your team helps you by creating volume, and that helps you by helping more people, and then it's that ripple effect. And Lauren's going to talk more about what coaching is and what it isn't in the Q&As, but that's just kind of a brief run through of what it is that we do as coaches. So Lauren's in her office. She's got her did. She's looking fine. Hey, mama.
Hey, girl.
And I got to tell you, like, I'm giving the shouts out to everybody today. So I got to introduce my friend Lauren to you again. Just like Erin, she is one of, she's in our Success Pod. She's our success partners. And I've known Lauren for a long time too. And my very first summit, she was my roommate. And when we say that, like, we are like sisters, we are like sisters. Like, you don't share a bed and share a room with people that you don't like, right? And like, same thing with like Erin and her husband. You know, we've been on vacation together. Her husband was at Summit and he was sitting next to me. We're all just like having a good time. He's a crazy animal and we love him so much, and we love Jeff and Lauren. So I just want to introduce Lauren to you. She is a currently 1-star diamond. She has 2 kids, and they are teenagers, so you know she's busy. She also works full-time. So she has such a different perspective of coaching because she still works her full-time business. She does not coach full-time. She fits coaching in the cracks of her life. And I'm hoping, Lauren, that before you go into some of those commonly asked questions, I know that one of the commonly asked questions or objections is, I don't have time to be a coach. And probably we're all busy, but Lauren literally has been messaging us all day saying, I'm running in and out of meetings. I'm so busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Can you speak on how you make coaching work for you as a busy mom, and then before you go into some of those questions and objections?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then I will say this, I've not had a chance to pull those questions and objections. So if you can, like, you know, cue me in as to what they are, then I'll just talk about them from the fly, because I probably have an idea of what they are, but I just want to make sure that I address all the ones that are in there. So, okay, so coaching, man, I'll be honest, when I started, I thought I was a busy woman. I thought, I have 2 kids, I'm too busy. Even before I had kids, I was like, I'm busy. I don't have time to do anything like that. We're heading out the door, so just so you know, you're going to be coming with me as we go along on this little journey with my family. I haven't seen them in like a week, so we're doing a little family dinner today. We are coaching. I'll tell you this. It has blessed my life in more ways than I can ever begin to tell you. I, like many, didn't feel like I had time to coach. I didn't want to coach. I don't like to sell. I don't like the journey that it seems that it's provided for our family is more than I can ever tell you. And I didn't realize all the things that I was spending my time on. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on just a second. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, we're going to pick everyone up. Leave those in the garage, Maddie. I'm so sorry. This is my life. This is how we live. Coaching has, it's been hard. I'll be honest, some days it's hard, but the hard is going to come no matter what you do, right? The hard's going to come if I decide to sit in front of the television and be upset about the situation I'm in. The hard's going to come when we can't afford vacation because we don't have the extra money. The hard's going to come when I am frustrated with my weight and I eat the gallon of ice cream that I used to do. And so one of the things that I've learned about coaching is that it's doable and it's changed my mindset. So I was a woman who kind of got lost, like many mamas do, along their game, right? So I felt like there's got to be something more. And really, I didn't even know that I needed that. I remember going into a meeting for my performance review and my boss saying to me, like, where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to make it through the day. Like, I can't even look ahead in 1 year. I am trying to make it through today. And so I remember going home crying, thinking, holy crap, like, I don't even know where I'm going to see myself in a year. Like, I can barely, I just want to get my kids in bed so I can sit down. Like, I remember that so vividly. And then I remember thinking, is this all that there is in life, right? Not that I don't love my kids, so please don't misunderstand me. But sometimes you just get to a point where you are not sure where you're even going anymore in life, because you get into the struggle of, this is just the mundane, monotonous things that have to be done. And what joy is there anymore? I wake up, I take care of the kids, I race to work, I go to work, I work for somebody else, I come home, I feed them, I sit and watch TV for 2 to 3 hours because I'm dead tired. Like, I couldn't have energy to do anything. And there were days that Jeff would have to take care of the kids and he was working all this. I was just so tired and exhausted. And I'm like, I can barely keep my eyes open, but yet I sit there and watch hours of TV, you know, because it was mindless. It was a way for me to just go off into this other world where I didn't have to focus on reality, that I couldn't figure out, you know, what am I going to do for these kids? Like, I can barely show up for myself. So fast forward, you know, I've struggled with my weight all my life. And of course I needed to lose the weight, and I found this opportunity. And, you know, like many others, I kind of sort of did it and kind of sort of got results. In 2018 was when I kind of woke up and I said, okay, Lauren, if you're going to change something, if something's going to change, you have to do it. You keep hearing about this, you keep seeing them, they're telling you this. If you're going to do it, you've got to do it. And my husband said to me, let's go all in, 100% in, 80-day obsession. Let's do this. And we did. And that was where I will tell you, that's when I realized that coaching, I was done making the excuses of, this is hard. I've got 2 kids. I'm so busy. I'm still busy. I'm still working full time. You know, I have different dreams now, different goals. I at least know where I'm going in my life. I know what I want to do. Whether that means coaching full time, coaching part time, or whatever that might be for you, the goal needs to be what you want it to be, right? And so I'll be honest, where my goal was in 2018 is so different from where it is today. But I'll tell you this, that I have now built the belief and the confidence. Amazing. I'll tell you what, there are some days that I just want to quit because I'm like, this is hard. I can't do this. And Amanda will be like, girlfriend, what are you doing? Do you remember what you told me here? Or do you remember what you told me there? I was walking up to the Hollywood sign with Erin, and she's like, girl, when are you going to put in that resignation? When are you going to decide that it is time to be there for your kids? What do we need to do to get you there? So you can have those goals and dreams. And when it gets hard, it's so easy to say, I just can't do this anymore. But there's days that your sisters remind you what you want in life. There's days when the kids tell you, Mom, let's do this. And you're like, yes, let's do that. You cannot, and this is one thing that I've really struck home with me more so recently. I cannot look at my kids and tell them, you can be anything you want to be. You can go after any goal. You
can go after any dream. You can be the president of the freaking United States. If I'm sitting at home crying and wallowing and sad because things are not working well for me, I have to be that example. I have to be the one to show them that taking care of me is important, that taking care of my mind is important, how you respond to people. All of it comes full circle, right? And so one of the things about coaching is just being a good human. And that, you know, I think that there's so many good lessons in life that coaching has taught me. And so it all comes back around, and it comes about, how do you present yourself? And I need to present myself to my kids to be able to show them that they can do it all. So it's so funny because I never wanted to sell. I never wanted to do any of that. I just wanted a discount. I was just a girl looking to save some money, like my girl Erin. You know, I just wanted to save some money. And here I am, right? Here I am with goals and affirmations that I write down every morning. And last night I cried to my husband, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I have to continue to bust my butt because my goal is to retire from my full-time job. I still want to be a working mama. I still want that. I need that. That is me. But that's in my business. That is working and making a difference and empowering women to realize their true potential and their true capabilities. So, you know, I work a lot in the mom cracks. I get up in the morning. I do some connecting in the morning. I connect with so many of my fellow friends out there in the Instagram world. I don't always get a lunch because I'm a salary employee and my job is not a desk job. I'm always on the go. I have meetings after meetings. I'm doing things after things. So if I get a lunch, I'm connecting a little bit there. Honestly, if I'm in a drive-through to get a cup of coffee, I'm connecting there. I'm returning messages then. We do a lot of, I'm a mom Uber. My husband's a dad Uber. We do a lot of connecting if we're in the car. So if I'm on my way to pick up, I'll leave maybe 10 minutes early and do some connecting in the car because that's uninterrupted time, 10 minutes right there and then, where I can get right in the car. When I get home and I get my kids settled, I go into my office and I get to work. And my kids are actually pretty good about letting me get my work done, and I can focus there. So I do have some later evenings right now. I do work later hours. I get up early. I go to bed late. My sleep schedule is very little, but that's because I'm pushing hard. I'm pushing hard for something that I think is so much bigger. So it's possible. You can definitely do it. You don't have to work as many hours. I mean, that's the beauty of this business. You can work at what you want to work at. And so, you know, this business is about making life how you want it. It's about making and impacting your own life and showing the things that is possible for yourself, building that belief. And it all starts with your health and fitness. All starts with your health. And it's not just health, like being strong and being able to do 15 push-ups. It's about being mentally strong. It's about being able to mentally overcome any challenge that comes your way. And teaching your kiddos or your nephews or your nieces, or, you know, sometimes I feel like I am talking to my mom. I'm like, girlfriend, you got to change your mindset. It's about being that example, making someone smile, because then when you make someone smile, guess what? They're going to go and they're going to make someone smile. That's making a difference. That's making an impact. So even though you might not be selling a challenge pack every day, or you might not be bringing someone along on the journey with you, and they might not be saying like, holy cow, you're such an inspiration. And we do get those stories, but sometimes people are like, actually someone told me this today. Your laugh is so contagious. It makes me so happy. And that means that I brightened someone's day. So I kind of gone full circle, kind of gone all around. But that's, yeah. So that's a little bit about what coaching is and how I fit into coaching.
I love that because it's so real, right? And it's so real as, you know, how you make it work and how you don't have to, you know, spend hours on hours on hours trying to build your business. And, you know, as long as you're doing the right things, the consistent things, and you're just plugging in every single day, even in the mom cracks, the nap cracks, the lines, like you said, waiting to go for pickup or at games or something. But it's incredible. And I love that you said it's impact, right? It's impacting other people. It's more than just income. When we start looking at people as income or as challenge packs, then we lose the potential and we lose that value in that person, because it's so much more than just that. It's about really changing someone's life from the inside out. So I appreciate that, Lauren, so much. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, a question that I hear a lot is, you know, do I have to be a great salesperson? I don't want to sell things. And you touched on it a little bit about selling and how you just started for the discount. So, you know, as a coach, do you have to sell?
No, actually, that's one of the best things about this. And it, you know, it took me a little while to figure it out because I was kind of sort of doing the programs, right? So let's talk about, you go out to find this great new store, right, downtown or the mall or whatever, and you walk into the store and they have the cutest clothes, right? And you find the best outfit, and this you know, nice salesperson comes up to you and they're like, oh, can I help you? And they help you accessorize and everything fits right. The price was great. The service was amazing. And what do you do with that information? You go and you share that with everyone. Oh my gosh, you got to check out this new store, blah, 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 right? You can't stop talking about it. That's how this is. When you go 100% and you jump in and you see what amazing tools are at your fingertips, that you don't have to spend hours at the gym, that you don't have to spend tons of money with a personal trainer because they're right there in your living room, that the meal plans are easy to follow, they work, you're not deprived, you're not like giving up carbs, because that to me is a little like death. I need my carbs, girl, I need my carbs. The products across the board are all natural, they're plant-based, my kids drink them. The community, the aspect of the encouragement, the inspiration, the accountability, the groups. My husband, he's right here. He's like the trips. Yeah, he is just like Aaron's hubby, where he is all in. He actually is going to Summit with us next year because he is 100% Beachbody lover too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Caribbean.
My kids love it. They got to come on the cruise last year and they loved it. They're 100% Beachbody. They believe it too. When you believe in it, it's not about selling. It's about shouting it from the freaking rooftops. Say, this works, girlfriend. This works. So telling you, for me, that's not about sales. That's about sharing what works and that they have to try it with you.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, really all that you need to be a successful coach, like you said, is just the your own personal experience, right? It's like how you engage and interact with the products, plus just a desire to help other people reach and help, you know, reach their goals. That's all that we do as coaches. And people want to see the messiness. They want to see the how authentic that it is. They don't want to see us like we're super fit and super ripped. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that helps, but it really is about our journey, and people want to see that sometimes it's messy, right? Change is hard, and we're not super perfect people. We struggle with so many things, you know, being moms, trying to fit life in, you know, our business in the cracks of being a mom. Life, right? Life sucks sometimes, and, you know, how we make it work. And I think that's what makes it so different than just selling a product. I don't think a salesperson is going to be authentic or genuine with you. So thank you for that. So, okay, like that's cool. I don't have to be a salesperson or anything, but how am I going to make money? How am I going to make money as a coach? Can you speak on that? Or I don't know if Aaron's still.
Look at their coordinates.
Can you hear me? Because I'm kind of you're kind of frozen. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. It says your bandwidth is low.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully if I cut out and you say something on the chat, and then Aaron can kind of jump in or whatever. So there's lots of different ways you can make money as coaches. You know, the very basic way is to sell a challenge pack, to have someone join you on your journey and to give them the tools that they need to get started. Whether that's a new program that you're kicking in, you want to share with them, or, you know, just the very basic tools. Sometimes I think
nutrition plan, because some people can't necessarily work out. You know, they for whatever reason have a struggle time with that. So, oh shoot. So do you want Erin to jump in, or looks like they're kind of
Yep, I'm good. I can jump in. Okay, so how you can earn money just by signing people up the same way you get started with a challenge pack. You get commission on that. Or if people buy things off your website, like if they go and buy some of the beach bars, which I just enjoyed. They're delicious, best snack ever. Or any of the boosts, the Shakeology boosts, any of the apparel. We have great apparel through Beachbody. Any of those things you get commission for. Also, if you build a team, you choose to work the business and build a team, you get more commission. Not more commission. You get also paid from these bonuses. They're called team cycle bonuses. And that's when you build a team, you get this residual income. And I'm not going to go into the details of it. We have it all outlined. And if you're very interested in that part, we can surely share it with you. But this is the best comp plan. Like, I looked at other businesses, home businesses that I could do, and not one of them compares to this compensation plan. And for the buy-in, you are only buying the things that you are going to use. That's one of the things I loved the most. I looked into other MLMs that I could do from home, and your buy-in was $5,000 for one of them specifically that I looked at. And you had to have all this product, and then you had to sell it. And that really scared me. I was like, well, what happens if I don't? And I have a lot of friends in that situation right now who bought in and didn't sell the product, and they are just out a lot of money. You pay $160, give or take, depending on which pack you choose, and it's all yours. Like, this is what you are using. The only products you ever purchase are what you are using. You don't ever sell from what you have on hand. Beachbody sells. You just direct people. You help them find what is the best fit for them. That's what we get to do as coaches. But Beachbody does all the customer service. They do all of the shipping, everything. They deal with all of that. You just help people find what's best for them. I feel like this is just one of a kind, and it's pretty unique in that we have the complete solution for people. We have the health and nutrition, fitness, and we also do all the personal development. We do the community. We have these accountability groups. We cover so many things in this coaching world, and it's amazing.
Thank you. I love it. Yeah. And I have to do this because, legal will get all crazy. Throwing in the disclaimer here that, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from Team Beachbody opportunity. Each coach's income is dependent on their skill and diligence and hustle. There. I said it for legal, right? That's something that we have to say. So I don't have to keep product. That's incredible. I only pay what I use, right? So if I do a challenge pack, that's cool. But what if I don't want a challenge pack?
You can sign up to be a coach with a $40 coaching fee. We always recommend you do it with a challenge pack because then you get all of your stuff that you need. You get your Beachbody On Demand for a year. You get a month of Shakeology and or Performance. And then if you do it with a challenge pack, the $40 coach fee is waived. But if you choose to do it without a challenge pack, you can. It's $40 to become a Beachbody coach. There is no other business in the world you can start for that price.
Man, all right. So social media stuff. You said at the beginning when you were sharing your story how you only got on social media for to post pictures of your kids, and that was maybe once a month. What about to my friends that are like, okay, that's cool, girls, but I see you do all this stuff on social media. I'm not big on social media. I'm more of an introvert. I don't like to share. I'm afraid of sharing. I'm afraid of sharing my story, or I don't have a lot of followers. How would you kind of address that?
I had a shared Facebook account with my husband. We had 200 followers, and we would routinely go in and delete people. We were like, okay, we haven't seen you in 10 years. We really don't need to keep up like that. I had this totally other mindset. It was very hermit mindset. I just wanted to be where I was comfortable in my own space. I had no Instagram. So anybody who says that they cannot do this because of social media, I tell you, that's crap. That's an excuse, and you can. You absolutely can. We have all the training that teaches you how to do it and how you can get comfortable sharing. The first transformation picture I posted, like I told you, it was a blurry before picture my 3-year-old took. The first transformation picture I posted, it sat on my computer screen for 3 days before I had the courage to put post, because I was so scared. I was so scared. I had tears running down my face when I finally pushed it, and I was so afraid to go and check people's response. I cannot even explain to you the amount of love and support I received from that. People loved that I got vulnerable and I shared the real with them. They loved that I said how hard it was. They loved that I said, I have tears running down my face right now because I am so scared. They loved that, and they shared so much compassion and love right back to me. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And after that, it got easier to share. I still get nervous when I post transformation pictures. I'm not going to tell you, it's just going to go away. I get nervous still, but I also know that had somebody not posted something like that, I wouldn't be here. If nobody was brave enough to share, I wouldn't be here. I would not be a coach. I would not be successful. I would not be transformed in my body, mind, spirit, everything. So I have to think of the person that I was before. I have to think of that person that needed that. And that's why I post, and anybody else can do it too. And we have all the training that teaches you how to do that. We have the training that teaches you how to do every single thing you need to do as a coach. Our coach, mine, Lauren, and Amanda's coach, is one of the top coaches in the entire company of 400,000 coaches. She has, with all the leaders on our team, they have set up these trainings that are the best of the best. And you don't have to wonder how to do anything. You can find out how to do everything. So you don't need to be afraid because you're an introvert. This is the easiest way for me to share with other people and help other people is behind a screen. I have found that I can do this a whole lot easier than I can in person. Getting up, going and knocking on doors, I could never do that. But this I can do. It's incredible how you get empowered to do this when you think about all the people who need you to do this. And it's like, it's more than just a gift that we have to share it. It's a responsibility that we have to share this, because we have found something that we know changes lives. And it's our responsibility to find those people who need it.
I love it. Thank you. Yeah, I think that the more real that we are as coaches, the more people that we attract that are interested in what we're doing because we're genuine and because people want to be a part of a community that's not perfect, right? Like, I don't want to hang out with perfect people because then I feel even crappier about myself. And if I already feel crappy, why would I want to feel any crappier? No, I want to be around people that are real, who are genuine, and I want to be able to relate to you and to trust you to say, hey, like, I'm struggling and I need that help. I need to know that I can come to you. And I think once people trust us as coaches, then that's where they start to say, okay, I want to be a part of your tribe. I want to be a part of your community. So thank you. Okay, the last question I would love to answer if you guys don't mind. Something that we hear a lot is Beachbody a pyramid scheme? And there have been other companies recently, other MLMs who have been under the fire that have been around for years, but are now under the fire because of some practices that were kind of shady. And so people automatically assume, they hear MLM, they hear network marketing, and they think pyramid scheme, pyramid scheme, pyramid scheme. Short answer, is Beachbody a pyramid scheme? No, we're not. And this is why. Here's the long answer. So in Beachbody, like we said earlier, we don't have any inventory. What we buy, we use. We don't stock any inventory. So we don't have people buying inventory out from under us, and we don't get paid from recruiting people. We don't get paid for people's business fees. If Sandra signs up with me, I don't get paid for her business fee. I get a volume and a commission because she purchased from me, but I don't get her business fees, don't come to me. Beachbody coaches make money from actual sales of actual products. Pyramid schemes, there's no products exchanged whatsoever, and that's illegal. People just put money into a pot that goes up higher and higher, and if you're the last to get in the pot, then you're screwed. But with Beachbody, we make money when people actually buy physical, tangible products from us, which makes us a company, not a pyramid scheme. So what we do is we help people get results, we help people live healthier, more fulfilling lives, and we help them get results with fitness programs and nutrition programs that actually work. We don't just say, here you go, chip into this pot, and then Erin gets all the money and Sandra's left out because she didn't buy in soon enough. We have to buy our products ourselves. We have to sell our products ourselves. There's no funkiness about it. So I hope that kind of answered the question for you. Short answer, no, we're not a pyramid scheme. And it's illegal. And Beachbody is a part of the Direct Sellers Association and has been backed by the Better Business Bureau. So that's always good information to know. But does anybody else have any questions before we finish up and hopefully try to get this workout in? I don't know if the video, if we're going to be able to get it, but anybody have any other questions about coaching? Anything that you're like, I have this burning question that I need to ask? This is the time and the place to do it because you have all these incredible coaches here who can answer. No? You guys are all satisfied with the answers we gave you? You trust us enough? Desiree, you trust us? Desiree's got this big smile on her face, so I had to mess with her. She's just like, yes, honey, I trust you. Yes. I love it.
Hey, I'm over here measuring my produce, okay? That's all I gotta say.
She said, stop messing with me. I'm measuring my produce. All right, well, so we do have a workout that we can do together, but again, there were issues with the video, so I don't know if you'll actually be able to hear it. What I can do is I can, if you are willing to put your email address in, I can send everyone the file for the workout so that you guys can do it either later tonight or do it tomorrow. Would that be better for people so that you can hear it?
Is it the sample workout or is it one of the full?
It is one of the full workouts. It is workout 21, Cardio Meltdown. So it's part of our new program, Morning Meltdown 100, which actually starts on Monday. Raise your hand if you are doing Morning Meltdown with us. All right, I see lots of hands up. Awesome, awesome. So this is actually workout 21, which is, I think, the second or third cardio meltdown. So it's going to be really exciting and really fun to do. So Haley broke her ankle. I need you to, we're going to wrap Haley in bubble tape, by the way, my friends. All right, so if you drop your email in the comments or in the chat, I can get it down. I know, Denise, I do have yours. I have yours like, I should have yours memorized, but, and then I'm going to assign Erin a task since she's at her computer. We are going to do a giveaway for everyone who hopped on our call tonight. And this is going to be, I have to find it. Hold on one second. We like to raffle and give things away. And so we have a Summit Survival Kit. This is straight from Indianapolis, and it has some of our most favorite products in it. We have some Energize. We have the Fruit Punch and Lemon, both the bomb. There is some Hydrate, some Beach Bars. We got some Recover in there, and I believe there is Shake. Nope. It looks like Recover. It looks like 2 packets of Recover. And there was supposed to be nail polish in here. Does anybody know what happened to that? Somebody robbed my bag, y'all. Somebody robbed my bag. But Erin, do you mind getting everyone who's on the chat, getting in the Zoom and put them in a bowl? And will you draw a lucky winner while I write down the names? So if you stayed on, you are a winner chicken dinner, my friend.
I can't write because my arm is, you know, but husband came in. I'm going to have him just go through and pick somebody's name.
All right. Come on, Seth. Bring yourself in here. Everybody jump on and go, Seth, 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 Seth.
What name? Where?
Just pick a name on the screen. Anyone's name.
But don't pick me.
Don't pick me and Amanda.
Or Lauren.
Nancy B.
Nancy B. All right, Nancy, will you please? Is Nancy yours?
Nope.
Nancy, will you please shoot me? Are you on Facebook? You are. Nancy's on Facebook. Nancy, shoot me a message and shoot me your address, would you please?
Okay, I'm here because of Sandra.
I have your address then, I think. I got it. Yes, I'm pretty sure I have. Yep. Okay. Let me, Sandra, I'm going to have you get Nancy's email to me, or her address, so I can put this in the mail. Sound good? Okay, Sandra will hook me up. She'll shoot me that message, and I will drop that off in the mail for you. And you are NABABC. All right. Am I missing anyone? 2010. Congratulations, my friend. You will love it. Everything in there is so fun, but there was a nail polish, and I don't know what the heck happened to it.
It's such a good kit. Those kits are awesome. They are every possible thing of our products that, all the good things. You get all the good things.
I think I got everyone. I got Ambry. Did I say that right, Ambry? I got Sandra. I got Susan, Nancy, and Denise, and I got Susan. All right, sounds good. I will get that over to you now. It'll be in a zip file, okay? So you'll have to like extract it. But I'll send that over because I think that's the only way it'll let me do it. Well, ladies, thank you so much for jumping on to our super weekend. I'm so incredibly sorry about the sound and the technical difficulties, but that's life. It happens, and we move on anyway. I am hoping that I see you all for our next super weekend, or get to a super weekend. It's in November, our next one. So talk to your coach who invited you to this. And if you want to check that one out, that will be in November. It'll be November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And it'll be a regular super weekend. So this weekend was more of an open house talking about coaching. The next super weekend will be about product announcements and kind of more training things for coaches. But it's a really great time to plug in, to meet the community of people around you, your local coaches and friends, and to meet new people. And it's really freaking incredible. And I will get that video out to you guys today. Thank you so much for your patience, for your time. Everybody have a wonderfully blessed weekend and a blessed night. And I love you all so much. Thanks you guys for hopping in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.